We are live.
Beautiful.
Hello.
Excellent. Hello, everyone.
Hi, everyone.
We'll give,
Hello, hello.
we'll give people a couple minutes here to start joining us, but it looks like we already have people waiting in the comments. If you are seeing this, feel free to drop us a line. Tell us where you're watching us from. I'm sure, as you know or may not know, Builderall is a global platform, so we have a lot of people from a lot of different corners of the planet joining us. Excellent. Here we go. So the first comment. Welcome from Belgium.
Awesome.
Excellent. Excellent.
Nice.
Beautiful. Excellent. I know, Anne, you're joining us from Miami. Jackie, you're joining us
Yes.
from South Africa, and I'm in
All the
the
way.
greater Boston area. So we're also kind of all over the map, and that's just how we like it. So,
That's what makes Builderall unique. We're absolutely everywhere.
right. Excellent. Excellent. Cool. So I think a couple more minutes here and we can get started. We're getting people to come in. Peter Richards, welcome from Holland. It's great to have you. I know that the time difference is pretty interesting right about now. I think it's just about 9 or 10 p.m. in Holland. All
I think
right.
so.
From Abu Dhabi. It's perfect.
Sure.
Welcome.
Wow.
Awesome.
So
Excellent.
international.
Excellent. Well, beautiful. Let's dig in. Uh, bring up our slides here. Welcome everyone to the Funnel Fast Track Workshop Agency Edition. We really want to focus today on agencies, aspiring agencies. If you're a freelancer ready to take that leap, or if you're an agency starting to get established, we want to share some insights that we've all seen. I'm joined today with Anne and Jackie. We all have a lot of experience in the agency world. My previous role was as an account director before I moved here to Builderall. And I know that you founded your own agency a few years ago, and Jackie, you as well. So I want us to really dig into uh, the well of insights that you may have and share with our audience all of the things that they can do to optimize their agency, whether a lot of these tips are whether they're using the Builderall platform or not. They're just valuable to know and valuable to have. So I'm really excited to see that. Oh, cool. We're getting some more people come in from the comment section. People in Florida, in Kansas. Oh, welcome everyone. Cool, beautiful. So I guess with that, let's really dig into today's topic, and I want to open up the conversation here. I want to talk about how agencies are chaotic by design. The reason why I want to bring this up is a lot of times when you're newcomer or when it's kind of your first agency experience, a lot of times you might think that you may be doing something wrong. Everything's chaotic, things are going left and right, you're not really sure what's happening. And I want to just bring that up there, put it out for everyone to see, and so we can all kind of let it settle and we can all get comfortable with the chaos itself. So, and I don't know if your experience has been the same, but I'd love to hear your thoughts here.
Yes, definitely. I think it's very true statement. And when you're, well, yes, just starting out, you may wonder if you're doing anything wrong. Um, and then as you move into the agency journey, and I've been doing it on my own, and before that I was in corporate, so quite big corporations with a lot of organization and structure, and I'm pretty organized myself. So you think, like, as you grow, like, you need to set up your systems and this and that, and it will then run smoothly. But I think the reason why it's chaotic by design, as you mentioned, is that you're constantly evolving.
Right.
So I don't know if that's specifically, I think in general, entrepreneurship is like that, just
Yeah.
generally, because you're starting a company and the company is constantly evolving. But I think for agencies, there's that, maybe there's two added layers. That's, first of all, it's a service business, so you're you have to deal on both ends, even as you grow, with people who will provide the service, so whether it's yourself or you're hiring or outsourcing at some point as well. And you also have to deal with the clients, and not meaning it in a bad way, but you know how, if you've been working in a company that they do one thing, um, before, it's already like it's your full-time job. And with an agency, it's, you have your job, like your company to manage,
Right.
and you have your client work, and
Right.
it's several clients, so it's just like the mental load is
Right.
can be a lot more. And
Right.
it's important to have good systems in place, and find ways to make your life as easy as possible, but also know that,
A
the
lot of
chaos is
yeah.
part of it. Yeah, what
Right.
about you?
So I
I
think
don't
it's the
know
same
from
thing.
your experience.
Well, in an agency setting, especially if you're just starting out, you
Mhm.
have to do all of these things all at once, and you're
Yeah.
juggling a lot of things, and a lot of things need to run smoothly for you to actually scale.
Mhm.
And uh, in this slide, I have it so that we can kind of imagine ourselves in that situation in a really rushed way. So you have to find the work, you do the work, you deliver the work, and I think that touches on what you were talking about. There's an intangible in that client relationship that you also need to manage as well, on top of
Mhm.
doing the actual work. And then when you're done with your first batch of work, let's call it, you have to sell more work, and then you have to find more work and do more work and deliver the work. So the whole system kind of sets up so that it gets harder as you grow. And so that's why having systems, as you mentioned, becomes incredibly important the better you are at whatever it is that you're offering your customers, right? So it's a situation
Definitely.
where you can fall into a trap. If you are really good at something and you start to acquire work, you want to find the best systems that let you scale, that let you kind of preserve your quality, preserve your consistency, keep your communications up. And I think that's maybe the harder part of the agency world. And so moving through, I have real footage here that I'm trying to see if we can play through this platform that we have, but I don't think we can. It's spinning plates. We can all imagine someone spinning
Sorry.
plates, and it becomes a situation where you have so many plates spinning, and you just have to keep everything upright. Uh, we can dig in deeper and talk about how we can take control of that chaos. So agencies are chaotic by design. That's kind of inherent. It's baked into the system. Let's talk about things that we can't control. We control the controllables. I've laid it out. I'd love to hear your opinion. Time, communication, consistency are the three things that we ultimately have full control over. Our time,
Mhm.
our communication, our consistency with our clients. We can really leverage systems on the Builderall platform and other platforms to really make sure we preserve and we maintain all 3 points. And if we can maintain all 3 points, all the agencies I've interacted with, all the agencies I've been part of, have done really well because they've managed these three elements. I'd love to hear your thoughts, Anne.
Mhm. Yes, definitely agree with that and those things. I think, to speak overall on that, um, one of the keys, and I think that's what we're going to get into also later, is to find what are the things that you can automate to also help you in those three
Right.
departments, basically. Um, but yes, definitely. So time is your more or less with a service business, everything takes time. You're selling your time, and on top of it, it's not just the time you spend with the clients or doing the client work, but there's everything around that you also have to take into account. I think as much as possible, also you want to set up the system so you can be good in those three aspects as soon as possible. So even if it's a bit more work at the beginning, because that way when you do get more work, which you hope is what happens, obviously, and that's what you're working towards, you already have your system and you're not overwhelmed with managing your time, with making sure you communicate with your clients and also keep it consistent, which is very important. And I think one of the keys, so time, it's always something that I think you can more or less kind of manage it, and you could work more, or you could, like, if that fits into your life, there's always periods of time where you're going to have more or less work, and then you can kind of, that one can be, in my opinion, a bit more flexible, but it cannot be stretched out for too long.
Right.
Communication with the clients is so important, and sometimes I found and made mistakes myself with that I was working on the client project and spending lots of time on it, and they were kind of, but not maybe communicating enough with them and telling them exactly we did that. And if you think of it, maybe working with small businesses, maybe you're one of the only things that is outsourced from their business. Maybe they have a few employees and they're in-house. So it's a really uncomfortable situation for them. It's something they're outsourcing because they don't understand what you're doing and you're an expert in that. And they have to just trust you. And it's an investment for them. So you want to make sure that you communicate good. And once I included that, I even scaled back with some clients that I knew it was so important for them, the meetings and communication and like constant communication, that I was thinking I'm going to spend the same amount of time on that client.
Yeah.
But maybe I do 2 hours less of work, optimizing campaigns and whatever it may be. But those hours I will do meetings and like texting more often and emailing, and they're way happier with that because also you're sharing results with them. And so I think that's definitely key. And then consistency, you want to provide the consistency in your work and also in the process. I think it's very important, coming back to that trust aspect, that you are very consistent and that your process is very smooth. Because that's why also I think that's one of the main things that will enable you to charge more as an agency, is not necessarily the work you do, it's the process.
Right.
If you think of it in the biggest
That's a really good point. That's a really good point. Finding a process that works and doing it over and over again until you win is such a valuable point. I want to go through and really highlight some of the things that we can give our viewers today that are really practical in terms of time.
Yes.
And so if we start off with this time kind of key factor, blocking times, I found that a lot of agencies that really operate at a high level block times. So times to meet with clients, time to meet with prospects and sell your work and do more business, and time to actually do the work itself and deliver on the work. So we also wrote here, remember, time to decompress is also important. So if you're the type to need to schedule that, just go ahead and schedule it. I have an example here. This is what a typical calendar might look like. If you're in the agency world, and we kind of kept it to a 9 to 5 here. I think, as everyone can imagine, this can kind of stretch out way into the day. You start off 30 minutes, 15 minutes, you start doing work, you get a call from your client, you get on a meeting, and then you go back to your work, and then maybe you hop over to another client, and then you have a new business call, back to work, back to another meeting, then you take lunch, and then it's just a cycle of you just trying to catch up. looking at this calendar makes me feel uncomfortable. And I know for a fact that a lot of our calendars might look like this. It makes me feel uncomfortable because the day and the time just passes on. No one's really in control, right? And things kind of go sideways on you. And then if you have one situation, one fire to put out, that's it. The rest of the day is gone. You might miss a couple meetings. It's not a good situation.
Mm-hmm.
What we have seen work is blocking times. The same amount of minutes spent during the day, if you just collect them all and say, I'm going to meet with my prospects in the morning. I'm going to do my work in the middle of the day. I'm going to meet with clients later in the afternoon, or vice versa. And are you the type to do the best work in the morning or the afternoon? If you're the type, if you're the type to do your best work in the morning, then you want to schedule that time and say, hey, I'm going to implement my work. I'm going to do the actual execution sometime in the morning, and then I'll take my meetings sometime in the afternoon. That gives you control of your time. And here's a quick tip. With the Builderall booking app, you can create 2 calendars. And I think we're going to touch on this on the demo. You can create multiple calendars for yourself, and you can have your clients or have your prospects schedule themselves in that time slot. So you don't have to worry too much about, all of the hassle of managing your calendar. You know that between hours, A and B, you're doing this type of work, and then the rest of the day is already pre-divided for you. So that is probably the most effective way I've seen for people to really control their time and manage their work.
I agree 100%. And just to mention also, if anyone is looking to I would exactly copy this thing. The way I have it set up for myself is client work, and I will work in blocks. And for that, even like just the work, like deep work, should be like an hour and a half. And you mentioned, are you more productive morning, afternoon, and also what stretch of time? Then figure that out, that you can do deep work for. And for me, I know I need long stretches. Like I can be super focused for like 2 hours, 2 hours and a half. And that's because it takes me a while to like get going. And I have like client work, meetings, and then business development, which can be even working on my website, updating things. There's constantly things to do, but I think those are the 3 key things that you want to make sure you constantly put time on them.
That's a great point. So just to keep moving through communication, that's our second kind of pillar here. Communicate very often with your customers, with your clients, with your prospects. Something that I've seen personally, I'm sure, Anne, you have the same experience. I'm sure everyone in the comments who operates either as an agency or in a freelance capacity, any service-based type of endeavor, if you don't communicate, the client is going to get into their own thoughts. And sometimes, wherever there's void, there's going to be a lot of negativity that fills that void. Is Pierre working enough? Is Pierre working for me? Are they focused on my initiatives? Are we aligned? Leaving that void keeps the client questioning, and you don't want the client to question. So you communicate very often. You're very clear. Hey, this is where we are in the project. This is what we just did. This is what we're going to do next. And then keeping that kind of process going. A key point here is also to communicate when you have a clear scope. When, let's say the client asks for something that maybe is out of scope, you communicate that very directly and frequently, because otherwise you'll end up doing work that you're not getting paid for. So that's a really key important thing. The best way I found to do that is to just automate as much of it as possible. Hey, client X, Y, and Z, or, and sometimes you can't really automate it, but we need to standardize it. Write that email in advance. Imagine what that email would say. Hey, client XYZ, we just completed the second phase of our project, last week, and after your approval, we can start with the third phase. And by responding to this email, just let us know if you approve it, and here's some links. Having that standard framework of the email takes a lot of the thinking out of it. It's a standard email. we don't have to start up from scratch every single time. So having it pre-written, having it kind of as a template in your email mailbox would help a lot. Just you fire off that email, and it's a quick and easy thing.
Yeah, definitely.
Finally, on this consistency point, find what works, create a smooth process, as you said, and deliver on your promises, or don't even promise them, right? I'm a fan of always under promise and over deliver. That's how you guarantee that people are going to be happy. And, I think sometimes it comes down to knowing our limits, and knowing what we do really well versus what we can do kind of not as well, and really sticking to our guns. And, when we say we're going to do something, we deliver an exceptional product. And that's how I've seen people in the agency
Yes. And I think also in terms of managing expectations, because that's what that is. And ultimately, that's exactly what Pierre said, that if you want a happy client, a happy customer, and that's for everything, it's based on, did you over deliver on the value they were expecting? You can also create that promise and create that for the time and communication. So that means communicating to the client in advance once you have your process set up. This is how much time the project is going to take, or this is ongoing. And even in terms of communication, we will meet once a week. We will do a call once a week and an in-person meeting once a month. And you can expect a report from us every week.
Right.
That way they know and they're expecting that, and you're following up on that, and that builds trust. And that's, again, so important for them to trust you in the other things you're doing, because those are the only things that they have an understanding of, even if it's very not analyzed like that. They don't understand the SEO work you're doing for them, but they know that when you say you're going to call them, when you say you're going to send a report, you do it. So they trust you on the rest.
I love that. And that's how you maintain that consistency, right? And
yes,
you said the word trust, and that's the key word here. A lot of times, and this is something that I had to kind of hammer into my own head, when we're dealing with people, especially as an agency, the person we're dealing with isn't into marketing. They're not a marketer. They're trusting, as you said. They're outsourcing this. They're giving it to us. There is an inherent amount of trust that needs to be there. And the way you show people that you are a trustworthy business is by doing what you say you'll do, and then being really consistent over time. So
definitely. And sometimes they've also been burned. I've had leads and clients come to me that, we were completely scammed by this freelancer, and we paid 5K and he never did the work. We realized like months later. So that also happens. And so trust is not like they're giving you a portion of it, but it's also, you have to show them. And I think setting the expectations and showing them you have a great process is one of the main things, even more than your portfolio and stuff you've done.
I love that. I think that's a great point. That's a great point. Let's keep moving through these slides. I know we want to bring Jackie back and get on with the demo portion, but this is a way where using the Builderall platform can help you take control. Using the booking app for your time, to block times, to create those calendars that you can share with your clients, different calendars that you can share with your prospects, and really block off your day. Being consistent using tools like the funnel builder, using our website builder has the ability for you to copy different panels from one website to another, so you don't have to redo work. You can be really consistent over time. And then communicating with tools like Mailing Boss, WhatsApp automations, SMS, things of that nature, really leveraging the technology you have available to kind of deliver on all the promises that you're communicating with your client. So let's kind of take a breath here, go back. The AIDA principle that we know and love is what we're going to go through here and talk about very briefly before we head into the demo. So this is the average person's decision-making process. They go through a phase of awareness where they're now aware of their problem. They're aware that your customer can, or your product can help them. They're interested in what you can offer. They move to make a decision. And then finally, they take that action, that conversion step. We're going to go through a version of that today using pre-built, pre-designed funnels on the Builderall platform. And we have these three on the screen. These are the ones that we recommend. You're going to find them in your blueprint area under the funnel builder. You have your lead capture funnel, you have your sales letter funnel, and your webinar funnel. That pretty much lines up with the three tactics that you're going to employ for new business and for your existing clients in your agency. So we're going to start with one of them today, but please take a screenshot here, and obviously you can come back to this link on YouTube and just reference these names. Go check them out in the funnel builder. Investigate them for yourself. And if you don't have an account, use the promo code FASTAGENCY. If you use that today, I think we'll keep that open for an extended amount of time. You're going to get 40% every month for 2 months off of any plan, essentials and up. You'll also get tagged in our backend as a VIP support access. So every time you connect with support, you're going to get the fastest times. You're going to get the best opportunity, to get to connect with people as fast as possible and help resolve your issue, whatever that may be. All right. So without further ado, we can skip over this ad. I always love to remind people that the Builderall all-in-one marketing platform can replace so many tools that are really expensive, really cumbersome. Sometimes they don't communicate well. They don't play nice with each other. Being on the all-in-one platform that we're creating is probably the best way that I've seen to really get all of your marketing tech stack into one place. You can save time, you can save a lot of heartache, and obviously it's going to be a lot more cost effective. So without further ado, Jackie, see you on the screen. Welcome back. You can take it into the demo section, and I'll toss you the keys here, and you can take it over.
Great. That was an awesome conversation around agencies. And I'm really sure that everyone watching has found tremendous value on that. So now that you guys know the challenges and learn how to become a better agency, it's my time to show you how you can use Builderall to automate that process completely and set it faster than making a cup of coffee. So before we get started, there's two groups we are going to work with in this actual demo. We are talking about your prospect, or rather the lead that enters the funnel the very first time. And then they're going to go through your funnel and they're eventually going to become a client. So that is the process of what we are looking at here. So I'm going to start sharing my screen right here. And I think I am going to remove everybody else as well as myself, because it is a lot better for me to showcase the whole screen than having my face answers area. So if you guys has got any questions, please feel free to.
I added you again because when you remove yourself from the stage, we don't hear you.
Okay, that's fine.
Yes.
I wonder if there's any other way. I'm going to put myself in the little corner to make the screen better. There we go. All right, great. All right, so guys, the very first thing is that we are going to create our funnel, making use of the funnel builder right here. You can see it says funnel builder. And we're going to start adding a funnel by clicking on this button, and we're going to give it a name. So for this example, we're just going to say that this is the Builderall agency. And we are going to choose a blank theme. You can see that there's multiple different kinds of themes that you can choose, and they are actual websites with actual graphics. But you can also make use of existing templates that you've already created previously, and that is what we are going to do today. So I'm choosing a blank funnel for a reason. So now it is saving, and you can see we've got it there created, and then it goes over to the page. And this is the page where all the magic happens. You can see that you can add pages individually in this area, which we are going to do in just a moment. And I can scroll down, you can see the multiple different kinds of pages that you can add. And then you've got blueprints, which means it's already been created for you. And I know that Pia just spoke about it. There's different kinds that you can use. And it's just going to save you the time by adding it one by one, especially if you are brand new in digital marketing and you do not understand all the nitty gritty of which pages is required. This is really going to help you a lot. And then we've got the images, which is very cool to use. And it does not mean if you're going to add Facebook that things is going to get automated from Facebook or automated from Google. It's just going to give you a visual appearance of where your traffic is actually coming from. So it's going to help you. And what I love about this, if you are going to start working in your agency, you can always take a screenshot and make slides from it and then show it to your team so that they can understand the process as well. So what we are going to do is we're going to make use of the blueprint. And what I like is to use the bridge funnel. And the reason for that is because the icons have already been added to it. And that's why I'm saying to you, sometimes you're going to try and find methods that is quicker and faster. And this is one of them. So we're going to click and you can see that it's been added for us. So I'm just going to scroll slightly a little bit so that I can make it smaller. You can move these objects around on your page so that it makes a little bit more sense. So the last one, it says next funnel. I'm just going to remove that by clicking on this button and remove it. And we can see we've got bridge page, confirm email. Now, I like to change the bridge page to the name landing page. It's just going to help me. So to do that, you're going to right click and you'll see that there is a box opening up on the right hand side. And I'm just going to change it to landing page. And then you'll see that we've got a form. So we're first going to create all the pages that we need. The landing page, the confirm email, because we want them, once they've opted in, to go to a confirm email page to go and actually confirm the email before they are going to get the opportunity to book anything. So after the confirm email, what do we want to happen? So we're going to click on the plus, and now we're going to go to the thank you page area right here. And we're going to click and choose thank you. We're going to add the thank you page. We're going to link it by dragging and dropping it. And then we're going to create another one. Just a second. I just want to pull it nicely in there. We're going to click another time. So what do we want to happen after they've gone onto the thank you page? We want to send them to a booking page. So let's go click on other pages. And you're going to see we've got calendar page. We're going to bring up the calendar page right here. And after they've gone to the calendar page, again, we need to say thank you to them. So we're going to add another thank you page by clicking on this little plus, go to the thank you page and add that as well. So let's go link all these pages together by dragging and dropping it. And now we need to make sure that we do not have pages that are exactly the same. You can see we've got a thank you page and a thank you page. We don't want that. We want to change this last one. And because it's after the calendar, I'm just going to call it calendar thank you. Just for this example, so that we've got different things. So they're going to go through our social media accounts. They're going to get to your landing page. They're going to complete the form. After completion, they will land on the confirm email. They're going to go to their email, confirm it. They will be redirected to your thank you page where they will get the opportunity to make a booking with you. Then they're going to go to the calendar page, create the booking, and after the booking has happened, they will be sent to the thank you page to say thank you for your booking, and where there will be other instructions. So those are the basics of creating the funnel itself. Now, before I go any further, I'm just going to click on save, because save is your friend. You do not want to have an internet connection that dips or something happens and you've lost all the work that you have done. So with the landing page, there's one area that's very important, and that's the form, because we need to get a list connected to it. So I'm going to right click, and you're going to see that we've got create a new list, load list. All right. So if you already have a mailing boss list, you can go and just click on load and choose it. Otherwise, you're going to create a brand new one like we are going to do today. And we're going to click on the create new list. We're going to give it a name. And I'm just going to call this Builderall Agency. And I'm just going to highlight this. I'm not going to wonder about description at this stage. The from name, your email, and then your reply. So I'm just going to highlight that, and I'm going to put that in. It is important to remember that these emails that you're going to use, make sure that you are making use of a verified email address. It is just going to be more professional than a Gmail account, especially because you're an agent. So we're going to click on save. And now we actually need to connect that list. You can see that it's been created and loaded, but we need to go and click on the list right here, and you're going to see it sits right there, Builderall Agency. We're going to click, and now the Builderall Agency form has been connected, but there is something else that you would like to do. Once a person has actually confirmed them email, there is one email that you want to send out, and it's called a welcome email. It is just going to help them to get the links and information to the page, because sometimes, if you think about it, people come into your landing page, they confirm the email, they fall into the thank you page, but maybe at that stage, they're standing somewhere in a bank and they don't have the opportunity to make that booking. On your welcome page, you can add additional information. You can welcome them. You can give them other information that you could not necessarily have on these pages, as well as a link to the calendar page again. So it's a second opportunity to give them a link to your consultations. Now, for what we're going to do is you're going to click on the campaign area, and we're going to click on load campaign. And you're going to see create new campaign right here. And we're going to call it a name, and I'm just going to say welcome email. And we're going to say future users because it's the first time that you're setting it up. And we're not going to do a sequence of emails. We're just going to create one. We're going to click save. I'm going to close that. And you're going to see that the emails has been added right here. And it shows that there is one email. Now, what's wonderful about our funnel builder, inside the funnel builder, you can set up the emails. So all you really need to do is to right click, and we're going to click on edit email, and it's going to open up the email for you. Just giving it some time. And you're going to edit this email. Now, the important part to remember here is, like I said to you earlier, you can add additional links here. Now, once you've created this, after you've set up your funnel and after you've created your booking calendar and you've got the link where they are going to go to the booking, you can always go back to Mailing Boss and go add the link manually in this area. But this is already saving you a lot of work. You don't have to do this. You can have any type of information on this page which you found your client will find valuable. So I'm just going to say welcome to Builderall Agency, and I'm not going to go into details here. And I'm going to click right there. And you can have all the information. Obviously, you would be able to change this and personalize it according to your needs right on the side as well as on the left-hand side. And when you're done with that, you're just going to click on save. Now you can see it's already been added. I'm just going to close that. So now we've got all of that, but the thing that has not yet been connected is your calendar page. We still need to go and connect that. But before we do, I'm going to click on save. And I would like to go and add a template to all of these pages because at the moment they are blank. There's no information. There's no template that we've chosen right in the beginning. So I'm going to go to the landing page, right click, and it says right here, choose another page, preview the page on the theme. So we're going to choose another page. And because we're not making use of the Builderall templates, but another template that we've used before, we just click on that area and we're going to go choose that specific one. And because we're talking about agencies, I'm choosing that one. And I'm choosing the landing page and I'm going to click save. I'm going to do exactly the same with all of them. So the next one is the confirm email. Choose another page, fast track, confirm email, and save. The same with the thank you page. Right click, choose another page, fast track. I think we are on the confirmed page. The calendar page, right click, fast track. And that is now the booking page. And then the last one is the calendar thank you page. And we're going to choose the last one. And we're going to click save. So now let's go click save again. And all of this has been set up except for the calendar page because we now need to go and create it. We are not generating the site yet. So let's go right click on calendar. Now, if you have created a calendar before, you can go and load it and choose it from here. But in this example, we haven't because we need to show you how to do that. So we're going to click on create new calendar. All right, so right here, it's taken us to the booking app. The next step is to click on new calendar. And you'll see that we've got multiple options here. You've got consultations, events, classroom, and recurring. But this example, we're making use of a consultation. And we are the Builderall agency. And we're going to click on create new calendar. And there we go. So this is the first settings that we need to do. You can change your title. You can add a description. I am just going to copy and paste because to save us some time. You can upload your logo, and you can also make sure that it matches your logo by changing the color in that area. Then we're looking at time zones. It depends on where you find yourself in the world. And if you are somebody that works internationally or local, you can change it. Predefined or let the users choose it. I like to keep it on that specific time zone. The same applies to language. You can let it automatically do the translation, multiple languages, or have a fixed language. I'm just going to click on save and next. And now we are going to work with the first group. So you can see it says group 1. So for group 1, we are going to say that this is our prospect. So I'm just going to say lead because that is how I see it at the moment. Now, obviously, you don't want to make use of the word lead when people land onto your calendar. I'm just doing it so that we can differentiate between the two and you can understand it a little bit better. Now you can add another description in that area. You're going to choose the host. Now you can have multiple hosts. You don't have to have just one host. Now to add host, you're going to go to the integration area on the top of the integration area where it says hosts, and you will add all your hosts in that area, and then you will be able to choose them from the list right here. Now we're going to talk about the starting point, the session duration, the intervals, and the business hours. And this is now the important part that you need to consider, especially because you're an agency. And that is the fact that you have to determine which hours you are going to have for new leads entering your funnel that you're going to have consultations with, and what hours are you going to need for people that has actually become those clients, like I said earlier too. And it is exactly what Anne and Pierre spoke about earlier, where you need to make sure that you determine the right times for the right actions that you want to take inside of your agency. So what we're going to do now is I'm just going to go back to my Google Calendar and give you an example here. I like to make use of a sub calendar. You can see I've got Jackie's calendar. We've got Builderall agency. This is the one for this example that I've created, and then my other tasks. Now, it is really a good idea to have them separated because you can block it out better. But that is just an added to tell you that is a good idea to do if you're going to make use of a Google Calendar. So now right here at the top, because this is the prospect or the lead, we are going to decide that we are going to do certain hours of the day. It's definitely not going to be Sundays and definitely not Saturdays. And I'm also going to exclude Fridays. Maybe my agency is only from Mondays to Thursdays. And we are starting at 9 o'clock. Every single day, it will be from 9 o'clock that we will take clients, bookings, that people that has come in through our funnel. And we can maybe say that we will be until, let's say, about 11. Let's make until 11. So we make it all the same to 11. And then again, 11. And that's how you will book it off. All right, so you can see that we've set up from 9 to 11 is for new prospects or new clients that enters the funnel that is going to make a booking with us. Now, your starting point every 15 minutes, you can customize this further by clicking on this block, but you can also just choose whatever is in that area right here. How long is every session going to be? If it's your first prospect, how much time are you going to spend to them? Is it going to be 30 minutes? Is it going to be longer than an hour? That is totally up to you. and then the interval sessions between it. I mean, do you need a break? Obviously, after every session, there might be a few minutes that you need a break because you probably need to have a drink or go to the loo or whatever the case might be. So this is the first session for your prospect. And then the dates, you can book off specific dates. So we're going to say we don't take business in December and we don't take business in July because maybe that is our holiday periods that we are not around, but we are around all the other days. You can also choose not to have it until the end of the month, maybe the first 2 weeks or the last 3 weeks. It's totally up to you. And this does not mean if you are going block off things, that is the only place that you can block it off. I'm going to show you just now that there is other opportunities too. Then the sessions as well. What's nice with Builderall, it gives you these little icons and it's really important. You can go read through it and it doesn't apply to every single type of business. And I can't explain everything to you because it's going to take a little bit too long, but you can go and take a look at all of these extra areas. But for agencies, this is the block specific dates that's really important. Let's say that you have got specific birthdays, or maybe you've got children and you need to attend to them some days, or you can block off those specific dates and specific times that you would not be able to take on any business on your clients. And under the advanced configuration, it's also very important. And you will be able to see that you can choose if things needs to be automatically approved or if you are going to approve them manually by yourself. And the very important part here for me, especially when you create your agency, is to show as busy. Display of available times as busy. You can do it as hidden, but I always prefer to show it as busy. Now, you can go through all of that. Once you've set it up, you're going to click Save and Next. And now we're getting to the form part. The form part is very important as well, because if you are going to collect telephone numbers, you need to make sure that the phone part is compulsory. At the moment, you can see we've got the email and the name is compulsory, but not the phone number. So you need to click on this little arrow and say required. Otherwise, they can skip it and there's no way that you can contact them, especially if you are going to make use of our functions like our SMS campaigns and WhatsApp Launch Manager. Then you will need to make sure that you tick this block so that you do have the contact details. You can also add additional fields by clicking on this area. Maybe you want to ask them additional questions, whether they've got a website or not a website, that kind of information. Now we get to the after subscription part here. What happens after subscription? I am not going to do anything right here at this moment because I'm going to leave it open and you guys are going to see why I do that. So I'm going to go to the next one. In the communication area, it says schedule confirmation email. Do not send a confirmation to subscriber. Yes, send a confirmation to subscriber. I think it's very important to communicate. Like they said earlier, communication is really, really an awesome part when it comes to building your agency with your clients and to make sure that the right information is being shared. So under the confirmation subscriber, if you click on edit, you will see you've got the function for email, SMS, and WhatsApp. Email is straightforward. You're going to have your information right there. SMS, you will need to connect a Twilio account as well as credits to be able to use the SMS function. We do have tutorials for that, so don't feel a little bit overwhelmed with this, but there is tutorials to show you exactly. We do have a tool that is called the SMS messaging, and you would be able to send messages as well. For WhatsApp, you don't need to pay anything towards that or have credit. You just need to have a WhatsApp account, and there is some tutorials on showing you how to use that as well. Now, for all three of these different kinds of methods, you can see that there is an area here at the bottom where you can write your message, and these things that are in brackets is basically the variables on the left-hand side, or there's other words for it as well called tags. And you can tag people, click on it and add it into this area. And the system will automatically draw the lead's name out and add it in there to personalize it a little bit further. Once you have done that, it's important to remember to activate it. You can see if you're going to make sure use of the SMS and WhatsApp, you also need to activate it. In this example, we are not doing that. We are just activating this SMS and we're going to click done. You can also go and send emails to the host when sign up and want to receive emails yourself if something is happening on your booking. Under the cancellation area, you can choose do not send cancellations or send cancellation. Again, it's up to you. We've got reminders, additional reminders, which is also very, very important to do. Again, for an agency, you want those people to pitch, and therefore you're going to start sending them reminders. And you're going to click on it and click on new reminder to the subscribers, and you're going to see it opens it up in this area. You're going to click, and exactly the same, like I've just discussed with you, it's going to happen again. SMS, email, and WhatsApp. The only difference at the bottom, you can see you can choose the days before, the hours before, and the minutes before. So sometimes you would say 1 day before, and I'm just going to put on 0 there, and you're going to click done. So it means that's going to be 1 day. So you can add another one to the subscribers. You can see there is another one being added, 1 day, and this time maybe it's 1 hour before. So you can see how you can schedule it 1 day, 1 hour, maybe 15 minutes, or whatever the case might be. And it can be done to yourself as well as to your hosts. And what I'm saying about hosts, maybe you have got other people that is going to be interviewing these people or having a consultation with them, and therefore you can notify them as well with this reminder. So now we're going to look at the email sender here. At the moment, we leave it as the default. You can use a specific email sender right here. And you can see these ones are ones that's already been verified. And you can just put in your details and you can click save and next. And now we get to the automation part. Now, because we are inside of the funnel already collecting the lead's email address, and we've already created it in Mailing Boss, we really do not need to collect a list inside of the booking app. You can do that if you want to, but you already have the lead inside of the funnel when they go through it the first time. So let's just give it some time to load. Sometimes it takes a little bit longer. If it doesn't take too long, I will refresh my screen or just click on save and next again. There we go. Let's give it some time. All right. I'm just going to refresh my screen. So bear with me. That's not a problem at all. Let's go to the automation part here. Let it just load. I am a little bit in a rush. My nature wants to rush. So you guys must excuse me if I am one of those guys that just wants to click and get things done. So let's hope this thing is going to open up for us soon. And then we can take a look at it while it loads. And I'm still here, guys. I'm still here. I'm not gone. There's some reasons. Sometimes we don't know why certain things are happening. Let me just click cancel and discard and refresh my screen. It could be also that I have logged out of the account and in of the account today a few times. So automation is not done yet. That is the important part, because in the automation part is where the list has been linked as well as the Google Calendar has been connected. All right. What are we going to do is, while this is loading, because the calendar has already been created, I'm going to leave it that it loads itself, but I'm going to go back to the funnel builder and we are going to connect this calendars while we are waiting. All right. So you can see we've got the calendar page here. So if I right click on the calendar page, you're going to see it says calendar. I'm going to click on load calendars. And there is our Builderall agency. And then there is a lead. Now, remember, there is going to be more than one group. We're going to have leads and we're going to have clients. So the one that we want to connect is going to be lead. Now, because I haven't created the group yet, it's not showing the clients yet, but we are not going to connect the clients. We're only connecting the leads. So we might as well just do that now because we want that to be connected. And we know at least that that is ready to go. So we've set up all of these pages. What we're going to do now is click on Generate Site. And it says site is successfully created. You can click go to the website. And now you can see that it has been created in that area. So let's just go back to, I'm just going to close the funnel builder because we don't need that now. I'm going to go to the booking app and it is opened up for us. It's just a little patience that we need to have. So here we've got the automation. Do not sync with Google Calendar, sync with Google Calendar. Very important because we want to make sure that it goes onto our calendar. We're going to click add. And then we're going to click Jackie. Now, before I do that, you can see you can create a new integration in this area. Or if you scroll up, right on the left-hand side, you would be able to add the integrations. For this example, I just went a little bit past that so that we can get going. And then it's going to load the different kinds of calendars. And that's why I said to you earlier, it is a good idea to have a separate one because it's just going to help you a lot. And then read and write two-way. Now you can see that there it says read and write two-way, very important. Then you're going to choose that you want to set your meetings either Google Meet or you're going to do Zoom. So in this case, I'm just going to say Google Meet, and that is my agency. I'm not going to subscribe to a list like I said to you earlier. You can also add additional subscribe to social proof so that every single time that a person is going through the booking, they will be added to the social proof that you can help to build your reputation. But we're not doing that today. And we're going to click on save. And if there was payments, you would have done the payment area as well. But in this example, it is a free consultation that we're going to have. So now the booking has been set, but we are not done yet. We need to create group 2, which is going to be for our clients. So we are going to go to the schedule area here. And you can see we've got group 1 here. We're just going to click on duplicate, because why do you want to go through all of that work again? The only thing that you now need to change is it's going to say clients. And this is the people that you are going to send to once your lead has had a consultation with you and they've decided they're going to take up the business. And then you are going to make sure that you start, give them the link for the booking app, which is this one, where they would be able to make bookings with you on a regular basis so that you can get your work done according to your own schedules. So now again, you choose, make sure that all of that is being set. But now this is the key part. You have to look at your starting points and duration again. How long is it going to take once they are a client to give them feedback or to show them what work you've done so far? That's what you need to do. And it can't be the same time as what you've got here, because between 9 and 11 was your clients that you've had, your group 1, your leads. Now you're going to do your clients. So we know from 9 to 11. So we can now change that to 12 o'clock. And this one, we can be to 5. So maybe from that to 5, not to 5. That's a little bit crazy. Let's just make that 3. I must just go the other way around to 3. 12, 3, 12, and 3. So now you can see that we have set it up so that we have got blocked out for the clients and we've blocked out for our leads. And the same applies for all of the rest that you've got right here. You're going to click on save. And obviously, if in your form area, if you want to add and change different information, because you might have a different kind of form for them, maybe you want them to add a website, or maybe you want them to add other people in the organization, or whatever the case might be, you can add additional fields there. Again, with the redirect, this is now, we're going to come back to this area in just a moment, because this is clients. They are going to stay exactly the same. We're just giving them a success message once they've signed up. You can send them to another page again, but that is not what we're going to do in this example. We're going to click save. The same with the communication and automation. You're going to go through it. Just make sure that everything is right for this specific client. Once you're done, I'm just going to click this card there. Now that you've already set it up, you're going to see that you've got all of your group 1 and group 2 that's been set perfectly. You have linked the leads with your calendar that is inside of your funnel. You did not link anything with your clients, because once they've become a lead, your lead become a client, then you start sharing that the new link with them. So we're going to come back to this lead area, and the area that we are looking for in that group is going to be the automation part. So let me just go down in, I think it's in the automation part, where we need to add the redirect link of the funnel. So let's just give it a moment to, while it's loading, let's go to the website. So where we want to send them to is, once they have gone through our funnel and they've made the booking on the calendar page, we want to send them to this page that says calendar thank you. All right. So when we go there, just give it a time. Again, let's give it time when we go through the other things that's important. We can always come back to that one. So let's take a look at the landing page. We're going to click on the landing page. And right here, we need to make sure that we connect our email marketing form. Just look how beautiful the site is, guys. This is truly awesome. I am going to delete this block. And the reason why I'm doing that is because I always like to make use of a fresh new element, because sometimes things can get lost in translation, if I want to put it that way. So I prefer to make use of a brand new list that I know for a fact when I add it, it's going to ask me for that agency right there. And then I'm going to link it. And I'm doing this on purpose because I want you guys to see what happens on the side, where you would be able to change the colors according to it. You can see how it can be changed. It's totally up to you. All right. So now you're going to click on it and you're going to see set link. So we're going to click on the set link. And where must they be sent to once they opt in? We're going to send them to the confirm your email. And after they've confirmed it, where are they going to be sent to? They're going to be sent to the thank you page. We're going to click select. Now you can have an unsubscribe form. In this example, we are just doing it as it is. And we're going to click save. Give it some time because it's going to come up. And we're going to say, yes, publish my site. All right. Now you can choose to go either this way, or you can just go out and you can go to the next one. So the confirm email page, I'm going to show you what it looks like. This is the page they're going to fall onto to say, please go and confirm your email before booking your appointment, blah, blah, blah. And then after they've been on the confirm email page, they're going to land onto your thank you page. So this is the thank you page. And it says book your consultation here. Now this one needs to be linked to the calendar page that we've created, right? So you can see we've got the calendar page right there. It's already been done because the funnel builder connected it already for you. So I'm going to close that one. Just want to make sure I close that one as well so that we don't have too many open. And then once they are on the calendar page, this is what it looks like. And this is where your calendar is sitting. And you can see we only have the lead because that is the one that we connected. We didn't give them the option to as a client because they're not a client yet. All right. And the last one would be your calendar thank you page. Now on this page, you can say thank you for your booking. You can have additional information here. I like to always add a little WhatsApp to chat because sometimes maybe you would like to have them on a WhatsApp group where you will have even a better communication with them if they really need you fast. So those are the process of all of that that's been connected, but we still need to collect our thank you page, correct? Because we want to be able to send them somewhere. So let's go back here under the automation part. Where is it? The communication part. Sorry, man, guys. This card, communication. What's communication part? Not that one. So, where did we send it to? Email sender. I've gone so fast behind them. Yes, send confirmation to subscribers, send cancellation. Where is it? After subscription. Did I close it now? Yes, I did. forms. There we go. After action, after subscription, we're going to use the redirect, the Builderall page. And there's our Builderall agency, and we want to send them to the calendar thank you page. And we're going to click save. And we're only doing it we are only doing it for client 1, the client itself, and not number 2. All right. So that is it. Now it's been set up. All we really need to do now is to go actually through the funnel. We're going to click on republish to make sure that all our pages has been connected. And now we're going to go and test it. So what we're going to do is we're going to click on view. We're going to put in our email and we're going to click on register. So you guys give me some time. I'm just opening it up, my Gmail account, so that I can go and confirm once the email has been sent. You can see it falls onto the page. It says, please go and whatever you need to do. So just hold on, just waiting for my confirm email. Just a second, guys. Confirm. There we go. There it is. I'm just clicking on confirm. I'm going to bring it over to the other page so you guys can see what happens. And I'm probably going to have to share. Yeah, it's coming through. So you can see book consultation here. So we're going to click on book consultation. And now we are on the consultation lead page. We're going to choose. We're going to say, I want to schedule that time. They're going to choose, put in their telephone number, and that is not right there. So I need to change that. Otherwise, it's not going to allow me to go any further. And for my country, I'm always way at the bottom. So you guys must, because of the alphabet. So there we go. Now we're going to schedule it, and it's sending me to the calendar thank you page where I can now have a WhatsApp with them. And that is basically all there is to the session. I'm going to bring back my cell, and as well as, let me just put everybody back. There we go.
Excellent. Jackie, thank you so much. That was under 40 minutes, I believe. Under 40 minutes, you set up a complete marketing agency funnel, A to Z, with that double calendar booking that we talked about. I mean,
absolutely.
That was completely awesome. Thank you so much for that. I know that maybe some of the viewers might have missed a couple of the steps. What we have for them is, we lost Jackie. We have the link I'm sharing. I'm hoping someone can throw that link over in the comments section. This link will take you to a funnel builder step-by-step guide that we put together that you can go ahead and download and follow along. You can also come back to this video and follow along Jackie's footsteps and make sure you set up this funnel. And we have this amazing template. Make sure you can go in, you can put your own headshot in there, you can customize it. If it's industry specific, you can customize it. Just make sure to kind of make users know that you understand their industry, you understand their service. Here we go. Let's see if we can throw this into the link. There we go. I did that. Well, yep, there you go. So go ahead and grab that link, download the guide, and make sure to have that open as you follow along step by step. So
I see that there was a question with regards to the booking calendar. When we have multiple booking calendars for different appointments, is there any way to ensure that there isn't an overlap in the bookings? Yes, there is an option inside of the calendar that it shows that you just need to slide it, that there's no overlap. There is a lot of additional feature inside of the booking app that we couldn't cover in this, because it really depends from calendar to calendar as to what you really want to achieve. So I would suggest that you go play around with all of those different features. But yes, there is a way of ensuring that there is not double bookings.
Excellent. I did see another question here. If you have a host who has a different Google Calendar so he can process leads for me, how do I add his Google Calendar to my account?
You need to be admin. He needs to give you rights to his calendar. Otherwise, you won't be able to do that.
Right. I think so. The best way is to create your own calendar that person has access to, and you can connect that to booking normally. All right. Who gets the lead when we sign up for the step-by-step guide? Right now it's us, but if that is a tool that our associates are looking to get, I can talk to our good friend Alex, and we can make that page available to you for sure.
Awesome.
Yeah. Excellent. All right. So if that is it for the questions, we can wrap up. All right. Dwayne is asking, can we pass that along to our client? For sure. In terms of the page itself? Yeah, for sure. I mean, we want to give as much information out as possible, as much, how-tos, as many tutorials as possible. And Arnita Rogers is asking if we will send the recording via email. Yes, we will send a follow-up email to everyone who subscribed, giving users access back to this YouTube video. We might embed it into our landing page, but that can be a separate conversation in its entirety. Yes, you will get this video, and if you don't, just make sure to come back to this URL. But in any case, thank you so much, everyone. And thank you so much, Jackie. Thank you so much. That was incredibly insightful on so many different levels. I really appreciate your time. And for everyone who took time out of their day to watch us and go through this, thank you so much. Really appreciate it. And we hope to see you on the next one.
Bye, guys.
See you later.
Bye.